morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is UNews Weekly, the audio-video podcast coming to you from the UN Information Office in Uzbekistan, and it is the episode 14.
This week was full of many UN events held in the country, and you will find them in our program very soon.
Your hosts are me, Bobur Komilov,
And Nigina Haitova.
Welcome to the show. Coming to you in this program, World Press Freedom Day celebrates its 20th anniversary in 2013. On this occasion, the International Contest for Altın Kalam National Award aims at creating opportunities for mass media workers to express and develop their thinking, a new approach to their creative work.
We're very encouraged that these events happen, that we have yearly journalist competitions. As regional dialogue, this is the second year we've participated.
On the 2nd of May, the UNESCO, World Bank, UNDP, in cooperation with the UN Information Office, conducted a roundtable Media Self-Regulation and Professional Standards in Tashkent regarding the development of professional and ethical journalistic standards in Uzbekistan.
I think today's roundtable is extremely important because, as everybody has said, the role of journalists is extremely important. On the one hand, they're a very important feedback mechanism.
On International Jazz Day, the world comes together in peace and harmony to share a passion for music and to join forces for freedom and creativity.
We can see how the interest to jazz in our country grow from year to year.
On World Press Freedom Day, we went along to a grand celebration held in the Japanese garden in the heart of Tashkent by the National Association of Electronic Mass Media, and we spoke to its head of international department, Mokhira Sulaymanova, about the importance of this date.
We can see the growth in the journalism work, professionalism. Journalists are becoming very much professional.
The International Contest for Altın Kalam National Award is held annually, and its results are announced on the 3rd of May, World Press Freedom Day. The contest covers various spheres, including TV, radio, printed press, and internet journalism. The UN Information Office, UNESCO, and World Bank presented their awards in the ceremony. We spoke to Katya Gershak from Regional Dialogue, who was also the participant of this event.
We're very encouraged that these events happen, that we have yearly journalist competitions. As regional dialogue, this is the second year we've participated, and we've actually had a nomination for Human Rights Award. We've nominated 2 people for Human Rights Award this year. Last year we also gave 2 awards for human rights, and last year was the first time such an award was actually given upon the request of Regional Dialogue, the NGO. And so we hope to continue this in the future as well, to continue having these awards. For me personally, it's the first time. Last year I didn't get to attend. This year I actually presented the awards. We were a little bit nervous at the beginning, but it was really spectacular. The performances are great, and I'm glad to see that so many international organizations are actually participating in this. So it was very enjoyable overall.
Tashkent hosted a very interesting roundtable this week dedicated to the development of professional and ethical standards in journalism in Uzbekistan. The roundtable, supported by the UN Information Office, the World Bank, UNDP and UNESCO, brought together the regional correspondents with the international experts working and living in Uzbekistan. And here's a piece from this event that has more details.
I think today's roundtable is extremely important because, as everybody has said, the role of journalists is extremely important. On the one hand, they're a very important feedback mechanism to society, but there's a very fine line between providing feedback based on thorough research and the desire to present an objective picture. And some journalism is unethical, and that is why ethical standards are so important. And the role of self-regulatory bodies in that context is extremely important. So the roundtable today really promotes this role and promotes ethical journalism as such. There is a lot of sensationalist journalism as well, which, because of its wide reach, can really provide problems. So it is extremely important to really basically keep to ethics in journalism, like in any other profession. I think that is the key. The key is really of this workshop to promote the ethics in journalism, and I think it's an extremely important and relevant subject all over the world. Electronic means have speeded up the response time in an incredible way, and this makes the job of a journalist even more important. It has to be analytical, it has to be truthful, it has to be objective, and yet it has to be fast. So this is adding to the, I think, huge challenge to your profession.
In times of change and uncertainty, we need the power of jazz more than ever before to bring people together and to strengthen the respect for the shared values. International Jazz Day is the moment for all of us to express the passion for peace. Let's listen to an interview with Mansur Tashmatov, People's Artist of Uzbekistan and producer of Jazirama Jazz Band, talking about this musical genre. Thank you very much, Mansur Ganich, for such an opportunity to talk to you here today on the occasion of the International Jazz Day. And at first I'd like to ask you, what is the significance of jazz in the present world?
You're welcome. The meaning of the jazz in the world is very high, and in reality people start to understand jazz music in older age. Recently, jazz begin to change, new composition, new directions, and operate and there why you young people begin and understand and love jazz.
What is Uzbek jazz like?
Uzbek jazz is nowadays is full of new ideas, new projects. During last years, many young and talented musicians begin to work in this style. So a lot of interesting festivals, jazz concerts were conducted.
What is the Uzbek perception of jazz?
The culture of Uzbek music is rich with long-standing traditions, and jazz took harmonious part in our musical life. We can see how the interest to jazz in our country grow from year to year.
And what are 5 words to describe jazz?
Actually, I have a lot of words, not 5, but I think maybe this first is just as freedom, just as joy, and just as wings for musicians. This is very interesting generation. This is really music. So I like this.
Thank you very much,
You're
Mr.
welcome. You're welcome.
Now back to the World Press Freedom Day.
Exactly, Nagina. This week has seen a grand celebration of excellence in journalism. The National Union of Journalists, together with its partners, the Uzbek Parliament and UN Information Office, UNESCO, World Bank, and a range of other international partners celebrated the best works of journalists from all around the world. And this week, in the grand ceremony, UN Information Office, together with its partners, presented their special awards as well. One of the biggest participants and the biggest organizers of the ceremony was the National Association of Electronic Mass Media, and we went along to speak to the head of its international department.
So it's a special guest section.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, this is the special guest section of UNews Weekly coming to you from the UN Information Office, and today we're joined by Mokhira Sulaymanova, who's the head of International Department of National Association of Electronic Mass Media. Thank you very much, Mokhira, for joining us. So today is a very special day. We had the grand ceremony of awarding best journalists in the country for their work, and also today we have something else going on, almost deep into the night.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to congratulate everybody, I mean the journalists especially, with this World Press Freedom Day. And we are having here a backside, I mean the celebration of Journalists' Day in here, of National Association of Electronic Mass Media of Uzbekistan, and we have got 12 regions joined here us to show their national food and the national folklore dances and national outfit also. So we are celebrating together in here.
Okay, that's a very beautiful celebration. We can see the food and we can see the press and journalists and everyone, guests, international guests. We've been talking to other guests and experts today throughout the day. And do you also believe, as an expert in international relations, that today's celebration marks sort of a cornerstone in the development of press and mass media in the country?
Definitely. We've been doing this project, I'd say, that involving foreign specialists within 2 years back, and it's been very successful. We can see the growth in the journalism work, professionalism. Journalists are becoming very much professional. They're gaining knowledge from the different specialists, especially from Germany, USA, and France, and Thailand, and India. So they're gaining. It's really good for them also, and for us also, to get the development of the mass media here in Uzbekistan,
Exactly. And it makes everyone happy, because today we have witnessed, and yesterday also you celebrated the launch of brand new television online training studio that gives people and members of the mass media from all over the country to get connected with their colleagues in Tashkent, and also gives them an opportunity to get connection with their colleagues abroad. What are the outcomes that are expected to be seen from this project?
Well, exactly the outcome we will see, the results we will see. That's like an experimental one, I'd say. It had never been in the world, because when we had the Michael Hammer recently came from the USA State Department, he's been telling that in the USA even we don't have such kind of, we have never practiced kind of things, which has been like connected to each other even in abroad, because we're just trying every year to have the several seminars, workshops and master classes. And we're trying to involve more journalists and specialists, and sometimes it's kind of financially difficult to get them involved in. So that's why we are trying to have this, like a wide Skype or webinar type, so that the 12 regions will be connected in one time. And we are trying to minimize the finance, but to maximize the strength,
Okay, are you working with your partners, international partners or national partners, in launching this project, which is the first of its type in the country, and I would say in the entire region, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is very much new, and I'd say even CIS countries, or I can boastly say that from the government side we have got the huge grant from the parliament, and we have got the grant from OSCE here in Uzbekistan. They're helping, and from the experts we're getting from UNESCO, UNICEF, and the Konrad Adenauer Fund. And soon, I hope the regional dialogue will join us also.
Fantastic. And just to wrap up today's interview with you, we thank you very much for joining us, for joining the UN Information Office, and happy World Press Freedom Day to you.
That was my pleasure. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With this, we bring this episode of UNews Weekly to an end.
Exactly, and don't forget to stay abreast of all the latest developments happening in the life of United Nations in Uzbekistan by going to www.un.uz. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/Unique Tashkent. And of course, don't forget to send us your feedback and suggestions about the show. We'll look forward to it. For now, it's me and my team and everyone else in the studio saying goodbye to you.
Goodbye.